going on, everybody? Thank you for coming through once again and hanging out with me. I'm Blocker 120, and this is Foam World Order. Alright, let me get this mask off. It's a little tight. It's not meant for adults, but thought I'd add it in with the, to make it go with the jersey for a second. This is by the way, this is a Lids exclusive Wakanda Forever Black Panther basketball jersey. It's pretty dope. I like it. My brother actually got it for me. I appreciate that. But today we're going to be doing Knock It Off Part 2, and we're going to be kicking it off with the Woozy knockoff. Not the original by, looking into it, it's from Colin Woody, Woody 7070 on Thingiverse. He's the creator of the Woozy, the original Woozy. You can still get the Woozy on Frontline Foam, and I believe there are other authorized retailers, but this is the knockoff that came out, and I got this off of Amazon for roughly, I think when I got it for about $50 when I got it, and I was souped about this because most of the commercials that I was seeing, like, I call them commercials because I'm a little old, so, but you know, the ads that I was seeing were pointing towards this. Now that's another thing. These companies that do the ripoffs and everything like that, they will pay for advertising and they will pay for marketing. So you will see a lot of their products being shown in the forefront versus the original creators' products. The original creators' products get pushed to the back. Pardon me, this tag is like really messing with me on here. All right. But moving on. This Woozy here, sorry, I apologize. This is not a Woozy. This knockoff Woozy, this has a Uzi SMG. It has written on the side. It came with a couple of attachments. I don't have the muzzle that came with it. I can't find it because I threw it somewhere because the muzzle didn't fit. And then when I looked through the comments and the reviews on it, that seemed to be a very common issue, that the muzzle wasn't fitting on to the blaster, which is kind of doesn't make sense. Like, how does the attachments that you provided with the blaster don't fit the blaster? But you know, this is the things you will come across with knockoffs. It came with this extra top rail attachment to give you the option to add another attachment here on the side. It came with another attachment. Again, I don't know where it's at, but one thing to keep in mind, buying any of these products off of Amazon that you will see, the attachments, and any of not just Amazon, any of these knockoff products, 9 times out of 10, the attachments that come with these products are not that well. No, let me rephrase that. They suck. Cosmetic wise, it's a good look. Cosmetic wise, if you just want that look of your blaster, function wise, they suck. They do not have no real function or anything like that. It is strictly just a cosmetic look. The outside of that, they suck. They're very cheaply made and they will break easily, so be careful. I had the red dot sight from my knockoff Gecko. The sight on that, I liked it, and then one Poconos trip Nerf war, and it broke. I don't even know how it broke. I'm gonna just say I'll take the blame. Improper storage. I'll say it was my fault, but it was cheap anyway to begin with. So moving on. This right here, the knockoff Uzi. Now, it came with. Let's see if I have it back here still. It came with It came with this 7.4 volt battery, and the battery it drained quickly. By the third magazine, it was done. These magazines, it came with one magazine. The magazines are like a Talon magazine mimic. The magazines, it doesn't matter which way it goes in, they will lock into place. So you don't have to worry about, it's similar to the katana. So you don't have to worry about when you're loading the darts, which way you have to have it. Because it's clear and it's hard to see which way they have the arrow pointing. Even though there is an arrow on here, it doesn't matter. You can, like, I literally have this one here. The arrow's pointing for the darts to be in this direction. I have all the darts loaded in this direction, and it doesn't matter because it will still go in. It is not. That's not an issue. The magazines, they resemble Talon mags, but in other blasters, short dart blasters, for instance, my Game Face Prime, the short dart adapter for the Game Face wouldn't accept this magazine. The Adventure Force adapter accepts the magazine tightly though, but it will take it, it will work, it will function. That was what I did like that. The blaster itself, it came with a bunch of these, the same ones like all these knockoff brands do, the same darts, the hard plastic tip darts, the ones that absolutely suck as far as performance. I don't even suggest shooting them outside because, you know, like I said, if there's lawn mowers or any other rotary equipment being used, they can get caught up, thrown, flung into, as a projectile and cause harm to somebody accidentally. So these are not good for outdoor play, I would say. If you want to just be in the house messing around and you just want some darts to fling around that you don't really care about, then yeah, keep these to the side when you order these types of blasters. But as I was saying, this blaster is, the feel of it, it may be strong, it may not be, but I wouldn't suggest dropping it. The motors and everything, it was strong, it was powerful, it was a quick response, I'll give it that. But this is still a knockoff. I'm not going to support going out and getting it because that takes away from the original creators who put their hard work and time into this and coming up with these things. And if this continues, like, you know, people may start to lose interest in wanting to create these things because it's like, why would you want to keep doing something if you're going to keep getting robbed? So it's very important for people in the hobby sport to continually try their best to support original work and original creators. And another thing is, the original one, you get way better performance. Now the Woozy has a select fire upgrade that comes with it, which is amazing. Now, the firing on this blaster is pretty dope. Like I said, it's a quick startup. You have a bottom rev trigger right here, and then a firing trigger. You have a mag release here on the side. It's only on one side, not on two sides. You have a dual stage setup right here. So you have 4 motors in here that you can see. I like the clear casing of it, but you don't have a lot of options when you're ordering this. You're either going to get clear, black, or like a clear blue, clear black, or just regular clear. Versus if you get it from, let's say, Frontline Foams, you can get customized colors. You can have your own style, better performance, better blaster all around because now you have the select fire. So that's always a plus. It has this little sling attachment, and it came with this handle. And like I said, I don't remember if this is the actual sight that came with this blaster, but I have a couple up here that came with these knockoff blasters that I have. And as you can see, they're pretty much all the same, save for this one. This one has a green targeting sight on it. I see it got red. Yeah, so it's pretty much all the same. You're gonna get the same exact the same exact attachment pieces. I don't even remember where this green one came from, but I'm pretty happy about it now that I have it, because at least it's one that's different from all of these. But that's okay. Yo, my hair probably look wild too from having that mask on, but it's okay. right, back to the blaster. Shooting the blaster, it is a pretty fun thing to shoot, but like I said, I went 3 magazines in on the battery that came with it. Let me make sure. Yes, 3 magazines in on a 7.4 battery that came with volt battery that came with it, and instead I wound up, and it stopped working. The pusher motor was the first thing to stop working, and then I wasn't ready to say I'm about to trash this because I went into the reviews and a lot of people complained about that it was breaking on them at their first tries out the box. Now, for those people that happened to, I would suggest that you try another battery, because maybe the battery that came with it was defective and that caused the issue with the blaster. Maybe try using a different battery, the same style battery with the blaster. Don't go higher on the voltage. I went lower. This one is a 3.4, if I'm not mistaken, that I just placed in there from another blaster that I have, another knockoff blaster that I have. But let's get this show on the road. I keep procrastinating, I feel, but yeah, that's a nice little instant power. And that's 12. Now, the magazine, as large as this magazine is, it only holds 12. It will not take more. It will. Now, I'm like, maybe swap the spring out or something like that, or something to get more, because there's a lot of space. This magazine, there's a lot of dead space in this magazine. This is the magazine fully loaded, and if you, well, I could fit one more in there. I could get one more in there, but that's fully, and everything else here, that's just, I don't know. But the darts that came with it, like I said, they sucked. I would aim at the garbage cans and stuff like that. Yeah, I have a small target back there. Also, now, this magazine here, this is the last magazine I had preloaded. This magazine here, at the bottom, I have 4 31 millimeter darts that are slightly shorter than the average darts that are purchased and that we use in the hobby sport. So what I noticed was that this blaster, the pusher, was too short. Even though it's a short dart push, it was too short. It didn't push these all the way in, and it didn't, these darts were not firing. So let's see if that happens again. Maybe it was a fluke. Who knows? Let's see. Okay. I think it was a fluke. We got all the darts went out this time. So, like I said, the first time I used the original battery with this blaster that came with it, third magazine in, it stopped working. The battery was completely depleted. There was some charging issues. So, but what I did was same size battery, same type of battery. Let me get it out here now so I could tell you exactly what it is. Hold up. All right. Now here it's a 3.7 volt. Huh. It's a 7.4 volt. Now, I feel like I just don't know, because I feel like these are just the same batteries, just labeled differently, because yeah, it is the same battery. 500 max amps, but this is just says 3.7 times 2, so 7.4 volts still. Same thing. So, all right, so I just used a different battery, basically. I didn't use a lesser power battery. I used the same battery that was labeled differently. Maybe it's a different company. But it is a different company. But so this battery here was the one I was having an issue with. It says DJY lithium ion on it. I don't know if that means anything. Maybe you guys know. I have no clue. I'm not that guy. Like I explain to people, like I know how to operate more than explain. So it's like I can get out there and fire the blaster, but I can't give you the breakdowns and internals of it that well. That's not my forte. I have the fun, not the facts. I apologize. I try to give the info as best as I may know, but like I say, I really have more of the fun, not the facts of what's going on with a situation. So moving on, this is the knockoff of the Woozy. I'm not going to recommend because it is a knockoff of an original creator's work. So if you want this, happy hunting. It's not like it's going to be a hard job to find, but I'm not going to provide a link to it. So, but these magazines that you can order for it, like I said, they do work in the short dart adapter for the Adventure Force, and they will chamber and fire darts. So if you see these on sale, cheap or whatever, and you need to get your hands on a couple, sure. But keep in mind that maybe you guys that know how to work the internals of stuff better, maybe you can do a spring swap on this or something to get more out of the spring. But as it stands, you can only get 12 darts into this comfortably. And then, all right, I'm just looking at these three magazines, and what's upsetting me is I'm seeing, maybe it's supposed to be like that, but when I'm seeing this screw, let me see before I complain about, because I like to complain about stuff sometimes and not know all the way what I'm talking about. All right, but yeah, anyway, like I'm saying, I'm not going to complain about that. If you know how to do a spring swap, you could probably get some use out of these magazines for your other blasters. This, I'm not gonna like I said, I'm not gonna recommend that blaster because it is a direct knockoff. Now, what I do have here though is an honorable mention blaster, which I am gonna recommend because it is not a knockoff of a creator's blaster. It is a knockoff of a real steel counterpart. So it is, I'm gonna recommend this here as a great prop cosplay blaster. This here, where did I put, I don't know where I put the grip, the side rails, but there was two side rails that were here on the side. Anyway, this is a nice dope blaster off of Amazon. It's another one of those knockoff style type blasters, but this one I actually recommend for cosplay or prop blaster. This is a pretty cool blaster. It came with this mock scope. It has a functional zoom on the side. It's not that great. It's not like you're gonna be really zooming in and getting a great target, but it's a toy, so it is good. I do like how it operates as a toy. It has a detachable silencer. The front is detachable. This comes off. The scope comes off. It came with the laser. I don't remember where oh, here it goes. It has a laser right here, another one. The laser's pretty decent. I don't want to shine it into the lens, but the laser's pretty decent. Where's T'Challa? Maybe T'Challa could dump. Yeah, the laser's pretty decent. Come here, T'Challa. Yeah, I'm trying to bait him out. See if he'll come out. He literally was napping and I woke him up. Alright, I'm not going to keep messing with him because he was really napping, and that's kind of rude. But this blaster right here, it has a detachable front muzzle. A front barrel, a detachable silencer. It has a detachable stock, and the stock is adjustable. You press underneath here, and you can adjust it. The stock is pretty heavy and pretty solid. I give it that. Back here, be careful how you handle. Just don't be careless as I am, because I'm not going to complain about this. This is actually strong and pretty sturdy, handled properly. I literally was so careless. I'll have it fully extended like this, leaning somewhere, boom, accidentally hit it. I've broken this back piece twice and I've glued it back. So be careful with that. This is a pretty cool blaster. It functions two ways, either manually, where you prime it from here, you pull this back and prime the blaster, or you flip the switch and you go into auto. So let me get this battery in here. The battery actually goes here in the bottom. It takes the same battery that I just took out of the knockoff Woozy. So let me make sure I got the right one. So the battery goes right in here. You attach it. All right. Am I doing this right? Oh. All right, you know what? You know what's crazy? I always have the hardest time putting the batteries in. Even with my other blasters, any lithium ones, I always have this issue with. It's like, yo, and I be trying to be extra cautious. I don't want to, I just want to operate it safely. All right, so it's on manual. Now, flip it into auto. It's an AEG. Now I got a dart jam right there. This also only takes 31 millimeter darts. It will not take the normal size darts. That is the one thing I don't like about it. But like I said, they do have dart cutters that are available to purchase. You can do the dart cutters and make them yourselves, but they do have them readily available to purchase. But this is an AEG. Super dope blaster. Like I said, I do recommend this for purchase. I do say, like, as a prop weapon, as a prop blaster, cosplay, it is super dope. So this right here is the honorable mention blaster. Let me get this disconnected. It is a Mach HK. Pretty dope. And like I said, even if the battery dies out on you, the blaster does function manually by pulling this back right here. What did I do here? Because I don't have a... Oh, wow. It's because I have it in auto. Alright. So it does function that way as well. So you're good either way that you could take this out. Like I said, I very much say I do recommend this as a nice prop blaster. It is a dope mock blaster of its counterpart for cosplay reasons, and for costume, it's basically the same thing what I'm saying. But this I recommend. This I will say it's on Amazon. I will include the links in the description for this blaster and maybe another one styled like this blaster. This I'm not including the link. Find it yourself. It's a knockoff, and the original creator should have the link included. That's what I'll do. I'll put the link for the Woozy in the description. Not for this. We could toss that over there. I'll put the links up for this. This is dope. I like this. this is like, see, you don't even have to turn that. I just did that because I just felt like I had to do it. But this right here, I like this. This is dope. I like the attachments that came with this. I appreciate the attachments that came with this. Unlike the other one, I do appreciate the attachments that came, but this one actually came with some different attachments. These are the original attachments that came with this. So, oh, my battery's dying on my laser. Okay. All right. Pretty cool. Now, this right here, I'm not even going to talk about this. This is just the Centurion. That it's just really not a lot of space for that. I feel like it actually gets feet and just travels around different spots, because every time I come in, I feel like it's just leaning up against a different wall on its own. Like it hangs out and talks to the other blasters or something like that. But anyway, guys, it's been fun hanging out. In the meantime, in between time, get yourselves some blasters. Christmas is coming up right around the corner. It's time to start picking out gifts for everybody. Maybe introduce somebody into the hobby sport, get them their first blaster. So remember, in the meantime, remember to like, comment, subscribe, share, follow, turn on notifications, and all the other stuff that you're supposed to do. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me.